born and bred in Nashville, but she walks the beaches down in Florida sand. A mother and wife, a daughter, a sister, trying hard to do the best she can. She found her voice with a heavy heart, looking for purpose with trembling hands. And giving this all a new start, moving ahead, speaking for ones who came. She says, I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones unheard, 'cause she's got a caring heart that won't be turned. Her mama fought cancer while she was searching, stories that needed a gentle voice. We saw summer's name and felt the heart ache and tried to bring light where there was no choice. And when she heard us, Sebastian, in her sadness rose, she prays for truth through the noise. She'll follow wherever the story goes, seeking their dignity, a child's joy.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, 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 wherever you are. Hello, Raymond. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Peggy. Hello, Hobo's mom. So good to see you. So good to see you. Hello, hello. Thank you. And anybody on Vertical, hello. I still haven't figured out how to see you, but I love you and thank you all for being here. Good morning. It is May 24th. 2026. Hello, Stephanie. Thank you for being here. I hope y'all are having a great weekend. I hope y'all are being safe out there. It don't seem to be safe anywhere, does it, honey? We're going to talk a little bit about that this morning. Unfortunately, we're going to talk about that, the breaking news, what happened over at the White House last night about 6 p.m. Central or Eastern. I'm on Central. Lord, I'm confused, honey. What's new? What's new? Smiley's confused. Eastern time. They on Eastern time, honey. But, you know, that's no laughing matter. We're going to talk about what happened over there. Hey, DJ. Good morning. Good morning. I think this whole world has gone crazy. Regardless of what time it was, it happened. It is sad. Yeah, we never know. There was people out trying to enjoy with their families and make memories. Memorial Day weekend, seeing things they never saw. Y'all know I'm back home and this light. God, I can't get this light corrected in my room. Smiley, Hobo's mom said, Smiley. And everyone, please pray for my mom. She is on. Oh my gosh, we will. Sending many prayers to your mom and many prayers for you. I am so sorry, Hobo's mom. I have been out of the loop and I do pray for you and your mom. And I know this is a very hard time for you and your family right now. I know that, and I'm so sorry. Well, and I've been on and off, and so I haven't, but when I was on, I haven't saw you, and so I'm so sorry. I did not know. If I had a known, I would have been sending prayers out. So we are all saying prayers for you. I'm sorry. Please keep me updated. You know, you have my email, and you can always email me or message me on Facebook. That's tough. I'm so sorry. I love you. Your daddy too, Stephanie? I didn't know that. Boy, I have really been out of the loop. You gone one day or 1 week or 1 month around here, honey. It feels like an eternity. I mean, you can keep your eye on things, and honey, believe me, I've been keeping one eye open anyway. But you can lose a lot of time. I know you do. Many prayers, and we still have prayers for you. You couldn't have your surgery. Yeah, sometimes and that's sad because sometimes we have to put ourselves on the back burners. I know with my mom, it was run back and forth until finally I just packed up and stayed there. And I'm like, I've got to take care of my mom. And I did until her last breath. And I'm sorry. I know what you're going through. I'm sorry. And it's not the same, I'm sure. But honey, it's nothing like your mom. Many prayers. Y'all please pray for Hobo's mom and her family. I know it is, honey. We love you over here. You're part of this family. You're part of Smiley Squad. Yep, there's my email address if anybody needs to email me. Thank you. Stephanie, we're praying for you as well. Ooh, a lot going on here. Anybody I have missed that any prayers need to go out, please just post them in my comments, because I do go, if I'm not on here, I do read those comments. Don't think your comments go unnoticed, because I read those. Sometimes it could be 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, or I may wake up or whatever. I read those comments myself. Nobody else reads them. Well, other people read them. Don't get me wrong. They're out there on the comments. But I read those comments. What I'm saying is nobody reads them for me. Look, I do this channel myself. You know, with the help of on my lives, my mods help me and they do a great job. But I do this channel and run this channel how I want it run, okay? Everybody don't agree with me, and that's fine. I come here not knowing anybody, and for what it's worth, I built this channel, and it may not be much, and it may not seem much. And we don't all have to agree. Just like this White House situation, we don't have to agree, and that's fine. Speaking of that, violence is never the answer, right? Violence is never the answer. But if I have missed anything or anybody, please feel free to comment or message me on Facebook under Smiley Story or email me. I love you all. I appreciate all the ones who have stood by me from the day I walked on this platform, not knowing anything that I was doing, saying, how I was saying it. Some of you have grown with me, have learned with me, and I'm still learning to this day. The ones that's left, well, more power to you. Good luck. Still love you. Still think about you. And I wish you well. The ones who are just joining, what you see is what you get. Thank you. But today, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, okay? And I'm praying for you, Raymond, as well. I know your mom's been really sick as well. Same with our mods. All of our mods have personal issues. Millie's husband, Janice, all of our mods. So again, thank you for when they can be here and when they can't. I understand. Seth, we're still, and before I get started, I'm just going to go on down the list. Seth, Seth is still looking for Sebastian. Nothing irritates me more. Again, violence is not the answer, but sometimes I can't keep my mouth shut. Yesterday, I heard, and I'll say this, and sometimes when I say what I say, people like unsub. Well, unsub then. I don't care. Because sometimes when I'm not even talking about a subject, because we are going to be talking about the White House, but I have to say what I say, and I do listen here, there, and the other. To some I don't listen, I don't give creed to at all. But, I heard, there's not, because I want to get this straight, okay? And if the shoe fits, wear it. But, there's not, there's just a few of us left getting Sebastian's name out. Let me tell you something. Nothing makes me more freaking mad than talking about Sebastian in that manner. Because the truth is the truth is the truth is the freaking truth. Some of you just came on the scene, okay? Some of you just came to build your channels. Some of you built your channels off of my channel. I'm sorry to say, but you did. And the truth is the truth is the truth. And you're still struggling to get there. Now, I don't have no big platform. But I will say this, just because I don't come on here and talk about Sebastian every single day, every minute, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day, don't mean that I'm not out doing shit. Because in case y'all missed the memo, let me tell you what Smiley's been doing. We're going to talk about Sebastian before we get into political, okay? Because if you want to be political, let's get political. The truth of the matter is, let's get on the truth train for a minute before I tell you what I've been doing. The truth train of the matter is, and the truth is the truth is the truth. I knew y'all was going to get me pissed off about Sebastian somehow, some kind of way, shape, or form, and we ain't even talking about Sebastian, okay? Well, we are now. Maybe I need to change my title. No, I'm not even going to do that because no, we're not going to do that. I don't need Sebastian in my title to get clicks, views, any of that shit. As a matter of fact, for those who you don't know, I'm not monetized anymore, okay? In case you're wondering. Keep that in mind when I tell you what I've been doing next, okay? Hold on, I just needed to take a vape and I needed to take a coffee break. Sometimes when I hadn't been on here ranting and raving, honey, I've got to roll it back a little bit before I get to where I'm going. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Take a breath, honey. I knew I shouldn't have started. Some things are better left unsaid. But the truth is the truth. And when you say there's some of us that are just still left standing. No, some of you just got here. Some of you just got here. We see you. We saw you. Sure do. Let's say it. Let's preach it. This is Sunday morning. I should have said Smiley Sunday morning sermon, okay? But look, here's the thing. The truth of the matter is it don't matter who you like, who you don't like. Everybody's going to go and everybody's whatever. And that's fine. But the truth of the matter is, the real truth of the matter is, Sebastian wouldn't have got out there and stayed out there. First of all, Trevor Lee is the one that brought Sebastian to the forefront. Then it was me. Then it was Josh. Then Justin got on board. So if you want to get technical, if you want to get real technical about it, let's get real technical about it. Let's get real technical. Let's give the credit where the credit is due. Now, I don't care who don't like anybody anymore or any of that stuff. If you want to get technical, let's get technical. Okay? So stop the bullshit. So when there wasn't nothing else to talk on Summer Wells and people, get off Summer Wells, do Summer Wells. And they thought everybody, and there was one point, people was like, why ain't nobody talking about Summer Wells no more? Of course, people's talking about her now because June 15th is fixing to come up, right? But see, the difference in me and other people is they thought we'll jump on Sebastian Rogers. Let's get on the truth train for the money, the clicks, the views, right? Not me. I try to stay out there for the truth. I sent people so many flyers with my own money. It wasn't like, and if you're one of them, I'm sorry, I'm not directly speaking to you. I can't even remember who I sent flyers to be honest. Good morning, Val. Some people can't get out to get flyers, and some people really don't have. So I didn't mind sending flyers. But I bet you half of these people, see, they always come to Smiley for everything, and I don't mind that. So I'm not bitching about that. But, it ain't like some people that I know for sure was not able to click on the flyers and literally go. See, Smiley don't have a printer. I don't have all this fancy stuff others do. We're going to get down. Let's get down to the nitty gritty today. I've been here 5 years. I still don't have a microphone. I still don't have a printer. I go to the library and print my shit out. I pay to do that. And if I want it in color, I pay 30 cents a piece. Okay. And I take my gas and I do it. I'm not bitching. I'm telling you. Okay. Yeah, I know what these greedy fuckers are. They have everybody to finance their life. I know what they are. Now, some it's okay. It's their job and that's what they do. I'm not bitching at everybody. Okay. But don't let me come across your channel and listen on something because the sheer purpose I'm trying to catch up or hear. And you say, oh. And I know already for a fact what you are. There's just a few of us still. No. In case you missed the memo, other than me, let me just back up and tell you, in case you missed the memo, first of all, I don't just go on here to get a click like view, even when I was monetized. Nope, it ain't happening. I'm going to stand with the truth. I'm going to get passionate. Y'all can see this is making me very upset. I don't like it when people tell lies. Now, if it's something I can, whatever, just like Mob Crew, I will bring up Mob Crew's name because I have been keeping an eye on that. Is stuff true? Is it not true? I don't know. But when I was sitting there with my own research, I'm not saying nothing bad about Mob Crew. Do not get me wrong, okay? When I was sitting there with my own research, mailing out some flyers and letters the day before yesterday, and I thought, Maryland, Maryland, because remember, I talked to Chris. I called him if I want to know something, and Katie. Oh, 2 times I called and asked, was this little rumor true about Crabtree moving in your house? No, it was not true. We did help him move, da, 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 da. And then there was another time, something else. Listen, true or not, I don't know. But now we got this Maryland thing. So I thought, okay, while I'm mailing out this stuff, this is what I'm going to do. And I'll just tell y'all, I don't give a flying flip. I have nothing to hide. So I mail out one to the headquarters of, trying to think, to Brinks, okay? To Brinks. Well, some of you may not know, and some of you may know, but do you know from my research? I'm like, this is interesting. Now, don't go running with this because it don't make it true. Do you know that Brinks headquarters is in Virginia? I forgot. Is it Richmond? I forgot. I'd have to look it up. But anyway, I mailed it, and I mailed some other stuff around Maryland just because. Now, I just find that interesting, depending on what part of Maryland. Not saying they are or are not. Do you realize that that's only like an hour and a half to 2 hours from Maryland? So, could there be? I ain't saying anybody moved there. I'm saying, that is interesting though. Could there be any times there was people there? I don't know. Don't know. But I did find it pretty interesting. Now, do I believe a lot of other stuff? No, I don't. I'm not saying coming from that person. I'm just saying that a lot of people put out. Yes, Richmond. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you. Okay, I couldn't remember because I already mailed those out. Hell, one time I had a lot. Well, anyway, so what have I been doing? Let's get back to what I've been doing. So Smiley does what Smiley wants, as y'all can tell. So y'all might have been going, where has Smiley been? I have had personal things to deal with. I have had business things to deal with. I have had things to deal with. But in the meantime, on my own dime, not asking anybody for a freaking dime, not coming on here telling a soul. Thank you, Raymond. I couldn't remember because it was already, all them was in the mailbox. I have been to, in case you missed the memo, I know I've said that 75 times, 11 times. Yeah, I have a life too. Thank you, Val. Thank you. And I don't have to do any of this. Hell, I said I was going to stop in Summer Wells, but then came along and it was personal to me. Sebastian's was personal to me as well. But anyway, that's neither here nor there right now because I know we're supposed to be talking political stuff, but this got me started. So we're going to start. Anyway, on my own dime, okay, and my own time, Florida, which I'm from Florida, but Florida, parts of Florida, it's only on a need-to-know basis. Florida, Alabama, Kentucky. Hell, I'm trying to think. I'm so freaking tired still. I don't even know. Missouri, Ohio, Indiana. Hell, I thought about going to say, hey, to Fred and Zig. That one store looked just like it, but somebody said, don't do that. They'll think you're following them. Yeah, you're right. You can't trust nobody on here. Anyway, let's see. Hold on a minute. Florida, Missouri. Oh, Memphis. What wait a minute, Memphis, Mississippi, and all the little towns, Kentucky, and all the little towns in between. Hell, I can't even think where I've been, honey. I can't even think. Y'all seen that sign I put up? One street said, "Get well soon." I had to take a picture of that. Get well soon, honey. That was funny. And there was one called Lover's Lane, which we all know about a Lover's Lane. Everybody, I think, has a Lover's Lane, but I couldn't even get out there because it was too much traffic. They had some weird names on these streets. Anyway, in the meantime and in between time, honey, I have been putting out flyers on Sebastian Rogers. I have been talking to people. I have been doing all of the things, honey. Okay? Let me ask behind your computer screens, what have y'all been doing? I don't mean y'all in my chat. I'm just wondering. Still grifting? Still trying to get those likes? Still trying to add to the story? Sebastian don't need shit added to his name. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers needs to be found. How about that? You could at least put out a flyer every day in your neighborhood. Can you spend 30 cents? Maybe somebody gives you a $10 chat or a $5 chat. Could you go, if you don't have a printer, and print out 30 cents? I'm just saying. I don't know what to think about anybody on here anymore. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. Hey, show poodles. Hello, hello. Let me look at that poodle. You're here. Hello, hello. I'm ashamed that some of you, I've ever even act like I knew, honestly. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, and the thing is, Val, I love you, Val. And the thing is, you don't even have to do that. Y'all, think about it. You don't even have to go print out anything. You don't even have to use your own printer ink. Because guess what? I know most of y'all has, because I'm on X. I don't go over there much, but I'm on X. I'm on Facebook. I'm in a lot of the groups. I don't have a lot of time to go back and forth. But, okay, you don't have those things, but you have those platforms. Take the FBI flyer. Take Sebastian's flyer and post it on all of your platforms, because you never know who's going to see that. Just like I made a post on mine today. Maybe somebody was eating in the Texas Roadhouse that night. Maybe somebody was out in the parking lot. Maybe they were honestly, like Raymond, just stopped in for a dinner and ate, and maybe they honestly heard or saw something but wasn't paying attention to it, got back on the interstate in their car or truck or whatever, and headed on out to another state. Maybe they've been to California, got on a plane to Hawaii. Who knows what? Maybe they're just now coming back, and just now, maybe hell, they had to go to Alaska. Who knows? Maybe they're just now coming back and seeing this, and something will rattle them, and they say, "Oh yeah, my God, I remember." You never know. So say what you will about me. I don't care. What are y'all doing but rehashing the same shit? Just wondering. or adding to or taking away. That does nothing. That does nothing. Where is Sebastian? It's been too long. Somebody knows. Somebody knows. All right, that's all I'm going to talk about on that. Didn't mean to get off on that, but yeah. Yeah, Showpoodle says, I'm on X, but don't have followers. I drop Sebastian's in a big account when appropriate. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, it don't matter sometimes if you have followers or not. Just post his picture. And I'm not bitching at anybody in here. I'm just saying, y'all know how passionate I get when I start talking about Sebastian. Lord have mercy, it just makes my blood pressure go up, honey. I don't know what it is, but I have that passion. Lord. I do. Maybe it's good sometimes I take a break on it because it just makes me just, I don't know. Thank you for that. Thank you, Val. But anyway, let's talk about what I come on here to talk about. And that is so much has happened. People have been trying to have a safe holiday weekend. And I don't even know, safe? Is that the word for it anymore? It's been a wild weekend. That's for sure. And definitely my heart goes out to the Bush family. Kyle Bush, boy, come to find out he had pneumonia. Prayers to that family. But reports say that this 21-year-old guy, from what I'm finding out, they're saying that he had prior, and y'all can help me if I'm wrong, prior White House arrest. I don't understand what that means. If anybody knows, good morning, Chuchi. Hello. Hey, Raven. I'm not sure what all that means, but that I come across that this morning. But that's concerning. But I don't care. Good morning, Kathy. Hello. Good to see you. I don't know. I don't care really what side you're on. I don't. But how long is this going to keep happening? Is this going to go on forever? Violence is not the answer. According to the report, Secret Service was at their security checkpoint over there at 17th Avenue and Pennsylvania Avenue. And this person, this Bess was the last name, pulled a gun and started opening fire. Secret Service, from my understanding, took him down. They took him all the way down, but he survived enough to go to the hospital. But he ended up being dead or died. There was an innocent bystander that was injured, and unless they found out now, which it don't matter, they was still hurt in the process. And I don't know if they're stable or what, but they were hurt in the process, and they don't know from which firearm it came from. But again, that don't matter. At the end of the day, they're still hurt. They still could have lost their life, and we don't know what shape they're in. This person was a 21-year-old. Is it Nasser Best? And this was breaking news yesterday. It came out when that happened about 6 p.m. Eastern time last night. Shots at the White House. My husband came in there and told me, and again, I'm like, are you serious right now again? Hell, I was trying to catch up on all the General Hospital that I done was recorded 5 weeks worth. I'm like, what? Seriously? I'm like, I can't deal with this tonight. See me, I don't have to be first. I don't have to come on here and do all this right then. I'm just like, I can't deal with this tonight. Let me finish watching General Hospital, hunties. Just keep me up to date. And yeah, me too, show poodles. Like, because there is real mental illness. There's real stuff going on out there, and I do feel for all that and everything, but we cannot blame that on every situation that happens. We just can't. You know, we just cannot do that. That's not the cause of everything in this world. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Seth, for being here. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just one share, one or two flyers wherever you're at, anything. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to leave that up just a minute. And good morning to you, Seth. Nice to see you. But, you know, this is horrible. This is not the way to go. I'm pretty sick of this. Of course, I don't have no say-so in any of this. I mean, except I am sick of this. I love my America. I love my country. We all should love our country. I know everything is not perfect. Everything is not right, but we're not living in some third world country. You know, some people say, oh, even these millionaires, oh, we're moving out of the country. Well, get your ass out. Go and stop coming back. We don't care. Go. You should be proud to be an American. There is people who has fought and lost their lives for you to be free here, or for you to come here. Peggy says, I love it here. I was born in America, the best country in the world. I know we've got some shitty things going on right now in America, but we still have the best country in the world. Absolutely. Thank you for saying that, Peggy. Thank you. And we welcome the ones that want to be here. And the ones that do want to be here and come here the right way, and I'll just say it because nobody else is going to get on here and say it. And the ones that want to be here the right way, and the ones that, you know, contribute, just want to live right and don't want to cause chaos and all that. And they want to be just like us, you know, just like us, the ones that were literally born here. And then there's people that come here and literally have children here, you know, like my daughter-in-law, for example. So there's that. Absolutely. And we all, you know, we all don't have to agree on everything and everybody, but violence is not the answer. We don't need to agree on who is president or not. It don't matter. Male, female, Democrat, independent, fat, skinny, black, white. You know, we just tolerate it and go on. I was taught when you were little, you should still always respect our president of the United States. We got people who won't kneel for them, you know, who won't kneel at the anthem, who just plain out disrespects. There's no call for it. It's bullshit. This happens. This trying to unalive our president. It has happened over and over and over and over again. It needs to stop, but is it going to stop until he's gone? Then what? That's what I want to know. Then what? Then are we going to be happy? Are you going to be happy? No. there's going to be somebody worse or somebody trying to do the same thing. We cannot let these people win, whoever these people are. You know, let's remember, this live is for news reporting. This live is for commentary. This live is for education. This live is for public discussion. This live is for my opinion. Smiley stories, opinion only. It's for your opinions. This is still a free country until it's not. Some people think we can't have free speech. They want to take your free speech from you. We've seen that. Some people are just so happy. Says that I vote for myself as the next president. And you see why people are voting for people who are not in politics? I mean, seriously. I mean, seriously. You know, what would people do if we had no president? What is this world going to be like in 25 years for our children and our grandchildren? I'm scared to see. Hey, Garrett, good to see you, honey. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on a live. And then when I get my stuff together, I think about it, and then I'm like, I don't know if I want to or not. I mean, I miss y'all. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. Like somebody said a while ago, you have a life too. And sometimes I just want to rest. I don't know. And I know these kids and then you know what? Somebody see Garrett, see what you did. I'm gonna get you, Garrett. I'm gonna get you. You fixing to get me back in my rowdy mode. Somebody said on my comment the other day, they're like, what did you do to stop advocating for the kids? I don't even know who that was, but I can pull it up. Bitch, please. Again, I bet you ain't put over 5,000 miles on your truck, if you even got a truck. And bitch, I bet you ain't, let me stop. And have you spent your money? And are you out doing in silence or no? Because you know why? Because you're on here in my shit worrying about what I'm doing. And that's probably a fake profile. You're probably one of the ones teamed up with these people trying to get clicks, likes, and views for these kids, giving the false damn information. So what I've been doing is a hell of a lot better. Thank you very much. Which reminds me, matter of fact, I got to go change my oil in my truck, honey. Oh, and let me tell y'all something, though. I did get to meet, if y'all didn't see it, I posted it. I did post it. But I can't pull it up here because I don't know how to do it on the, I can't. Anyway, it's posted. I got to meet our mod, Annabella Honeys, while I was up there in a part of Tennessee. She called me, and I was coming back from a part of Memphis, or I don't even know, Mississippi, I think is where I was coming back from. And they were shopping in a part of Tennessee, her and her boyfriend. And I don't think she'll care if I tell this because I done posted it anyway. And anyway, I got to meet her. I want to tell y'all, She is a sweetheart. So y'all who done her wrong, Sticky, eat your heart out. Eat your heart out. I knew from the start she's a good one. She is a good person. Her mama raised her right. Let me tell you something. She's a hard worker. She's a good person. It was like we talked and talked and talked, and it was like we knew each other, like we were best friends from whatever. She took me out to eat, her and her boyfriend. They waited on me. I was almost, like I said, an hour from getting back, and beautiful. She is more beautiful in person than she is online. She had me this huge basket, huge yellow basket, which y'all saw that on there too. It had all kinds of stuff in it. She had Happy, all kinds of stuff in it, little sprays, little snacks, little these chains you put on your little thing to put your snacks in, and then you could have one for your little poop bags. And this girl was off the charts, sweet as can be. So I just want to say a big shout out to her, a big thank you to her. She is what she is, and has always seemed to be as well. And she's had my back behind my back as well. So I just want to say that. Garrett, Garrett gets me sidetracked. I love you, Garrett. I love you, Garrett. Anyway, so yeah, don't worry about what I've been out doing, little miss that commented on my stuff about a week ago. Yeah, it was very nice of her, and she's beautiful. And her boyfriend, they've been together forever, but he nice as can be, nice as can be. And you know, you want to know how somebody was raised right, and she takes real good care of her mom too, which I always talk to her mom and stuff like that. But you could tell she's real good to him, and she's real good to her mom, and just stuff like that. She's a really good person. So she really cares about these kids too, but she's never come out and flaunted it. Yeah, exactly. But I just have to sit back and laugh, Raymond. I do. I sit back and laugh, and it just, it's like, let's be real about this stuff, people. Let's be real. Y'all have no clue, and you want to sit there and you want to run your mouth, and you want to do this and you want to do that, or you want to make your channel seem bigger, or, you want to seem bigger than what you are, and people know who you are. I listen, Smiley, I don't know about people, but Smiley knows who you are. Some of you were once right up my butt. So there's that. Anyway, it's just sad. But I just want to know, back to this, how many times is this going to happen in the world with the president? And that's what I want to know. And is anybody going to be happy or satisfied if something does happen to him? Because I say no. Be happy with what you got. Be grateful for what you got. Be grateful for who you got. Things could be a whole lot worse off. Things could be a lot worse off. Let's watch, because unfortunately this bystander was hit again and hospitalized, and I hope they're going to be okay. I really do. They say no Secret Service was injured. Thank God for that. Of course, all the doors was locked down. This right here should just remind us, in my opinion, how dangerous this world feels and is right now, especially when it gets around these holidays, and it's been worse, in my opinion, in my opinion, since 9/11, because for some reason people think they can, even copycats or whatever, think they can just do this. And we're not the ones. You're going to end up in a bag. We're not the ones. And it don't matter what you agree with or disagree. We're not going to tolerate the violence. Last night could have been much, much, much worse. And I mean, you already got an innocent bystander shot. You got a 21-year-old dead. I don't know anything about him. I hadn't researched it. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Good to see you. And you got, I don't know anything about him, but he's dead. That was senseless as well. I'm sure he has a family. I don't know anything about him, but all of this could still be much worse, right? Yeah, it could be worse. My mom used to always say there's things much worse than death as well. So again, I hope that the bystander still recovers fully. I'm sure they're going to have a lot of trauma. You got to think about that, their family. And we got to understand it's the Secret Service's job, it's the EMS's jobs, it's the reporters' jobs. But look, I got to pray for them as well, because they see things. They see things that they cannot unsee. They hear things they cannot unhear. So that's what happened last night when all hell broke loose. Let's watch, again, disclaimer under 107, whatever. Just put up the disclaimer. Hell, I can't even think right now. We're going to watch this just a minute if I can remember how to share. If I can remember. Let's see, share screen. Let's see. This is Fox News 5, and we're just going to watch a brief piece of it.
Secret Service sources now tell Fox News that male suspect accused of firing shots towards the White House has died. Law enforcement also reporting now that a bystander was shot and is in critical condition at this hour. Details are still emerging. That scene is very much still active. I want to bring in now retired FBI agent Richard Kolko. Rich, thank you so much for joining us again tonight. It was not even a month ago that we had you on for the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting. I'm curious, looking now again at a shooting very close to the president, as we know he was inside the White House at this time. What is jumping off the page to you?
Like you said, Sydney, way too often this kind of stuff is happening. What's jumping off the page for me here is who, what, where, when, and why. This is not a serious attempt on the president. Anybody who walks up towards Secret Service and pulls out a handgun and starts shooting knows they're not making an actual real attempt at assassinating the president of the United States. They're there to make some sort of statement. The statement cost him his life. Hopefully it did not cost innocent bystander their life too. As you said, it appears that other person is in critical condition. But yeah, big busy crime scene right now. They got to figure out who this is, anybody else associated with
thank you.
Simple little things like, did he arrive in a car? Is there any possibility of an explosive device in the car? A whole bunch of investigation needs to be done and just beginning now.
To that point, Rich, one thing that stuck out to me is it seemed that they were able to lift that lockdown relatively quickly.
100%. Thank you for your service.
How are these law enforcement agencies able to make that determination? Because to your point, I know, as you said, at the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting, you've got to make sure that there's not a second suspect, that there's not, to your point just now, an explosive device. Are you surprised at how quickly they were able to lift that lockdown?
It is. I am a little surprised, but they had the intelligence and they're on scene to have a better idea and handle on why they want to do that so quickly. Certainly they called in the reserve troops. More Secret Service would have shown up. FBI, Metro PD, other law enforcement agencies would be there. So the facility is, as you know, very secure any given.
It's okay. Mine keeps going away. I don't know. YouTube's acting crazy last time I was on here
any
too.
copycats, anybody else wants to raise havoc on a Saturday night. So I'm completely confident that the Secret Service knows exactly what they're doing as far as protecting the facility and, of course, protecting the president.
What are the next steps for law enforcement officers and investigators working this case right now. It has only been 2.5 hours, if that, since these reports of shots were first reported. What are they doing right now?
Well, I've heard they've identified the person. They haven't released the name publicly, but that's helpful. The simple stuff that we always hear about, they're going to figure out where he lives, write search warrants, get to his digital equipment, a phone, iPad, computer, see if he planned this out, did any research, any co-conspirators, anybody.
You better believe they're going to go through everything. Everything. They always do. They think he was a lone person, but they're going to go through everything and everybody that he dealt with way back. Make sure he don't have anybody that helped him or anything like that. There'll be a lot more coming out. A lot more. And yes, Army vet and everyone that served, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. You know, see some of these comments. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for your service. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I cannot believe, I guess I can. I shouldn't be shocked that somebody did this up there. And you got little kids walking around and Memorial Day weekend and people trying to enjoy themselves. And I'm just glad it wasn't worse. Memorial Day, is a federal holiday dedicated to honoring and mourning U.S. military personnel who died while serving, our country. This should not be going on. Should not be going on. Nobody is expecting this to happen. They're out trying to make memories. Thank you, Raymond. They're out trying to make memories. They're out trying to see things over there in Washington, history, the White House. They're trying to teach their kids things. And this is what happens.
That he told that he was thinking of doing this. They're going to put together that whole investigation to find out how this occurred. But Secret Service, they're great at protecting that facility. Even though when you look back historically, there have been attacks on the White House, everything from people flying airplanes into it to 30 years ago, somebody when Obama was president, not 30 years ago, when Obama was president, pulled out a rifle on Pennsylvania Avenue and took pot shots at some of the windows. They closed Pennsylvania Avenue after 9/11. Used to be able to drive on that street, but they built that perimeter. They've increased the fence size and security. They've got the people in place to protect that facility, and they're very good at it.
Rich, that is such a high-trafficked area, as you know, with so many tourists and also locals who work in that area and live in that area. We now have the report of this shooting. We had that report of that other shooting, I believe, May 4th near the Washington Monument, which, of course, is right across from the White House. And a couple of months ago, also not far from the White House, when those 2 National Guard members were shot. I know you talked about there's so much security in that area in the district, but for folks who are walking around there in the coming days, I mean, I imagine this is on their minds. Is there any, recognizing you're not Secret Service, any assurances that you can give folks about the level of security there as we continue to see so many incidents where we know so many people go?
Well, security's already ramped up. Things like this, unfortunately, can happen and did happen. We see those Secret Service officers in their cars, in their marked cars. They have perimeters. There are all other kinds of things that they are doing to help protect. When you think about the White House, the actual White House, that facility is secured from that fence inward, but the Secret Service has multiple perimeters farther out from the White House to see if any suspicious events, people, vehicles that are nearby, checking metro stations, all kinds of things that they do. They don't want to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it, but they have all the people, place, and technology in place to provide as much security as they can. This person didn't breach the perimeter, didn't get past Secret Service, didn't get close to the White House. The really bad news is an innocent bystander was hurt, maybe critically. But other than that, system worked.
And I know so many folks are certainly praying for that bystander tonight. Rich Kolko, retired FBI agent, thank you again for joining us on another Saturday night. We always appreciate your insight.
Of course.
So, yeah, that was just, they're going to have more stuff coming out about it. And that's just one I wanted to go over. You know, again, we should be thankful and grateful. We're the most blessed, I think, and this needs to stop, you know, and we do the most, you know, to each other, in my opinion. If you don't like it here, like I said, don't be here, you know, for anyone. These men and women who fought for you and gave you freedom, they need to be respected. The president needs to be respected. I don't care what side of the road he's on, or she, you know, to be free. You have choices. Pack your shit and leave. You know, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, okay? You know, just stop this shit. We're going to be gone, and we're going to have kids and grandkids and great grandkids and so on and so on. But if this keeps on, we ain't going to have nothing. This world ain't going to be here. I love America. I love our country. And we don't all have to love the same thing. We don't all have to like the same thing. We don't all have to agree on a damn thing. But this is not the answer, in my opinion. This is not the answer at all. At the end of the day, you know, it should remind us all that how fragile life is. You know, one minute people are happy, making memories, talking about history, taking pictures. The next minute it's just confusion, chaos. People are dead, hurt. Why? What did it accomplish? I know, me too, show poodles. Me too. That's another thing I found myself when I was riding in my truck, listening to the 70s and 80s, and I ain't gonna lie, honey. Now, I didn't even listen to YouTube unless I was settled somewhere. It was the 70s and 80s music. I'm like, God, it's been so long since I listened to music. I want to do what I want to do. And I did. Period. At the end of the day, this should remind us how short life is. I pray for everyone. Remember, disagreements should not end in violence. You know, just be kind to each other. To every man and woman, anybody young, anybody who has put the uniform on or stood for something greater than themselves, thank you. Thank you for all the sacrifices. It is true, some gave all, and all gave some. That is true, nothing truer. Thank you for every holiday you missed, every sleepless night, for every ounce of courage that you had, the strength to help you carry on. You know, every time you had to leave your home, your family, so that we all could live free. You know, it wasn't for nothing, but you did have to sacrifice. Some of us do understand that. Generations and generations and generations have had the chance to live free and dream and actually love this country because of you and because of the ones that went on and died before you or sacrificed something before you. This Memorial Day, we all should honor you and the ones before you. Now, YouTube may block me. They may make me take this off. That's why I wanted to do it at the end. but I'm going to do it. And I am going to play this out. I may end up having to take it off, so it may be gone sometime or another. I'm not taking my live down, but we'll see. But I want you to know I love you all. I thank you for being here, spending the time with me. I want you to all be safe. Never take a minute for granted. Remember what this is about. Check on your people. Enjoy the rest of your holiday. And let's play this out. Hold on a minute. There's a mood I'm in right now. It's not playing. Oh, Lord. Hold on. It's not playing. Hold on. It's not playing. Oh, Lord, honey, I got to go out of here with a bang. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's see what is going on here. Why is it doing that? Okay. You can't hear it? Can you hear it? You can't hear it? Okay. Something is going on here. I can see it on this side. Hold on just a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm going to do something. You still can't see it? Okay, so hold on a minute. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do something. Lord have mercy. Hold on. We're going to do this. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Let's see if this one works. All right, I think we got it. I'm going to do it.
Recognize when we see your glory flying. There's a lot of men dead, so we can sleep in peace at night when we lay down our heads. My daddy served in the army. We lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard. Till the day that he died, he wanted my mother, my brother, my sister, and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation that I love is falling under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. As soon as we could see clearly through our big black eye, man, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. And the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell. And it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. All brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Justice will be served and the battle will rage. This big dog will fight when you rattle his cage. And you'll be sorry that you mess with the U.S. of A.
Oh, I miss you too. Let them. We'll try to do better.
Put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. And the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell. And it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. All brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Of the red, white, and blue. Of my red, white, and blue.
Yeah. Love me some Toby Keith.
I was sitting in my hotel room the other night around 9:30 at night trying to
You stop
think of some way to pay some homage to my dear friend Toby, and thought maybe I'll write him a song.
I love this too. Let's go ahead and listen to this.
Always liked my parodies, I think. You know, we did How Do You Milk a Cow? And
let's listen to this. I forgot about this.
I was in the Who's Your Daddy video, and I thought, well, I'll call a buddy of mine up and try to co-write something. And then I thought, no, Toby wrote Don't Let the Old Man In by himself. I'm going to write I'm going to miss my old friend by mine. So I sat there till about 2:30 in the morning and tried to do the best job I could do. So I'm not a very good singer, but hope Toby'd like it. Here you go. I'm gonna miss you, old friend. I wanna laugh me some more. All good things come to an end. I'd love to share a few more. When we met the first time, the day the friendship began.
This one time I got a picture with him, and
you're a part of my life.
Sitting between his legs on the stage.
I'm gonna miss you, old friend. The good times I've relived, you wouldn't want me to mourn. It's just so hard to believe you ain't gonna be around anymore.
My mama loves Toby.
I'll try to live my best life till we meet up again. There's a hole in my heart. I'm gonna miss you, old friend. One of the coolest gifts I'd ever been given, Toby gave to me back in 2008. It was this Takamine guitar. When I went out and did the Beer for My Horses movie with him, I told him when he went to the Hall of Fame, I was going to pawn it and make me some money, but I'm going to keep this thing forever. It ain't going nowhere, buddy. The good times I've relived, I ain't gonna cry anymore. I know you're smiling down here on me. Ain't that what friendships are for? When he shows up on his bus with that Oklahoma grin, there ain't no doubt in my mind you'll let the old man in. Toby, you were one of a kind. I'm gonna miss you, old friend.
Well, okay, y'all. I'm gonna go because I think it's. Hold on, man. I ain't trying to keep playing music. For some reason, it's not. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Her
y'all.
parents never
the whole show.
took young girl to church.
Y'all have a
Never
great day. I
spoke
love
of
y'all.
his name.
Be safe.
Never read
Yes.
his word.
Stay kind.
Two non-believers walk.
Oh no, there I am. I did it. Okay, there I am. Well, I don't know what is going on with YouTube stuff. Anyway, goodbye all. Y'all stay safe and be kind, be blessed. And thank you to everyone who served. I love you all. And hopefully nothing bad will happen to this country, to anybody else. And they'll leave the president alone. And just hang on, y'all. Hang on. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you to all the mods. Thank you for everybody for being here. I love you all. Bye. See you later.